thousands of people go missing every year, and the most frustrating cases are those where the investigators have virtually nothing to work with, together with situations where no one saw anything, and with no explanation. It's almost as if these people literally vanished into thin air. At 4 a.m. on December 10, 1999, an 18-year-old named Michael Negrete logged off his computer after playing with his friends the entire night. Few hours later, his roommate got out of bed and realized that he disappeared, but had left behind all his possessions, including his keys and wallet. He was never seen ever again. The most curious aspect of Michael's disappearance is that his shoes were also left behind. Investigators used search dogs to track Michael's scent to a bus stop, which was a couple miles away from campus, but would he really have walked that far without any shoes on? The only potential lead is an unidentified man who was seen in Dijkstra Hall around 4:35 a.m. that morning, but no one knows if he has any connection with Michael's disappearance. There's nothing in Michael's background to suggest he might have disappeared willingly, so the trail on him has remained completely still for over a decade. On July 18, 2007, Barbara Bolick, a 55-year-old woman from Corvallis, Montana, went on a hiking trip in the Bitterroot Mountains with Jim Ranmaker, a friend who was visiting from California. They were heading toward Bear Creek Overlook when Jim stopped to look at a scenic view. Barbara had been about 6 to 9 meters behind him at the time, but Jim claimed that after turning away from her for less than a minute, he looked back to see that she had completely vanished. After authorities were notified, an extensive search of the area turned up no trace of Barbara. Jim Ranmaker's story sounds pretty questionable. However, he was reportedly very cooperative with the authorities, and since there is no evidence that he did anything to Barbara, they do not consider him a suspect in her disappearance. Authorities haven't yet found any trace of foul play, or any hint of what may have happened to Barbara Bolick. On the morning of June 13, 2001, 19-year-old Jason Jolkowski was called in early to his job in Omaha, Nebraska. He asked a friend to pick him up at a nearby high school, but never showed up. The last confirmed sighting of Jason was about a half hour before he was supposed to meet his friend, when a neighbor saw him carrying trash cans into his garage. Surveillance cameras from school show that he never made it there. Jason had no personal problems or reason to disappear on his own, and there is no evidence to suggest what may have happened to him. His fate remains a true unsolved mystery for years. In 2003, Jim and Kelly Jolkowski founded Project Jason, a non-profit organization that has become one of the most prominent resources for the families of missing persons.